Saturday morning we take the boat down to Ravenhill Reach, and hopefully there'll be a wee bit of a crowd there, and we will all walk the boat down. We'll hold it and walk it down into the water by hand.
Ladies' choice.
Okay, so I guess we will start with the ceremony. So this is Lunasa, which is the traditional hand-fasting day when couples used to have like a trial marriage. They would put their hands through a door. We don't have a door. And put their hands through a door together and have their hands bound up. And they had a trial marriage for a year and a day, and if it stuck, they get married. Jan and Nathan are getting married anyway. And
We don't have a choice now.
They're liking for us members, so I thought it would be a nice opportunity to celebrate them too.
Yes.
And the boat name is ealu, which means to escape or elope. To escape, like hence the holiday colours. So it's like escape from maybe bad situations you're in. Like we were thinking of Little Amal, which we led Little Amal on the procession into Belfast earlier this year. So it's sort of tie into plight of refugees and people leaving bad situations, and just like escaping your own head for a wee while, or a holiday. So it's very bright colours. You need sunglasses, but hopefully it's I think it makes everybody smile. So far. What else? So it means to escape or elope. So hence these two are eloping today. And Kathy is another Lagging Cause member and celebrant, so she's going to do ceremony now. And then after that we'll do another bit of blessing of the boat through at the river. So Kathy and Nathan and Jan will would you be okay? Sure. Yeah.
I love my job.
Emma.
Okay, everybody. Welcome, you curragh lovers, you rowers, you boat builders extraordinaire, and you mad sea dogs. Today we are here to celebrate the love of our beautiful friends Jan and Nathan as they have their own elopement at this time of Lunasa, the traditional hand-fasting day. The hand-fasting ceremony has its roots in ancient Celtic tradition. So in ancient Ireland, when two people chose to be married, they were brought together and they had a braided cord or a ribbon tied around their hands in the presence of a priest. So it's a symbolic binding of hands, and it's inspired the terms, the terms we know today, the bonds of holy matrimony, or to tie the knot. So that's where that comes from. Learn something new every day. My name is Kathy, and I'm a curragh lover too, and I'm also a celebrant with the Humanist Society NI. So I genuinely am delighted, thrilled and honoured and privileged to be here for you two today, and to see all you mad dogs here too. So a bit about the gorgeous couple. After both swiping right, yes, Right. Jean and Nathan met for the first time on the 12th of December 2021. Nathan, you were hoping for the love of your life, but Jean, the mad, wild woman here, was having a midlife crisis, so she tells me. You immediately clicked, and it was Christmas, and it was magical. Most of your first dates between uni and work were spent walking around the lagoon or on the beach. Nathan was working in Bangor, and then he travelled after work every day up to see Jean, and then they kept repeat. Day after day. Love was blooming. So this is when boats came into their lives. With all the dates at the seaside and on the lagoon, you ended up spending hours watching the boats go in and out and up and down the loch. You both became so passionate, you decided to volunteer and help build our gorgeous Joe down at St. Joseph's Church. And Nathan, I believe you had a terrible fear of the water. Yeah. And at this stage, it was leaving you. Yeah. Your first holiday together was at the Alley Rose, and the Alley Rose is a boat that's nestled on the shores of Loch Ness. And it was a special time for you both, very special time, because you felt like you were your own little bubble, and you fell asleep to the sound of the shore. And your friend Anto prepped you a beautiful vegan meal, and that was the first time, Nathan, I believe you had proper vegetables. Yeah. But since then you've loved cooking, and you enjoyed cooking for your family and your friends. And it's the first time that when you were together you actually opened up to each other and you started really falling in love, finding out what mattered to each of you. And I believe, Nathan, you're planning a farm and some goats in the future. Yeah.
So this is like public. He promised me a goat. If I don't get it, there's enough witness.
Farm a goat. We'll all hold you to it. Yeah. So your next boat adventure was on the Leader to the Copans, and since then there's no stopping you. Nathan, I believe you now want to be a sea captain. Go for it. Learning how to sail the Leader was amazing for both of you, and the crew were wonderful, and I believe the sunsets on the islands was just magical for you both. You love cycling, you love exploring together. You're very spontaneous in your adventures from one week to another. So you had big cycling trips from Portadown to Newry, Port Rush to Port Stewart, and Douglas to Peel, and you love meeting all the nice locals along the way. Cycling gives you the freedom to enjoy your experience, and you love taking pictures, Nathan. I believe you make little mini albums on the computer, so you have all these memories to remind you of your adventures. Your engagement, of course, was another adventure. Nathan, you made the ring yourself from the Tool Library, where this beautiful boat was built. And Jean knew it was coming because a toolkit, a jewellery making toolkit arrived in the post. She pretended she didn't see it, so it was all great. So it was lovely and romantic. So Nathan took Jean to the forest, and then they both promptly got lost. But it all worked out in the end, because you're heading to Scotland next spring to formalise your union in the forest in Perthshire, your own elopement. You make each other feel loved. You make each other feel cared for. You support each other. You're compassionate about each other. You boost each other's energy. And you believe in yourselves, and you believe in yourself as a couple. You'll never let one another give up on your dreams. So it's only natural that the progression of your love should lead to you standing here in front of this mad, wonderful, eclectic mix of boat lovers to have your own hand fasting ceremony. So can you please face each other? Okay? No, you just face each other. You don't worry about me. You just face each other. Now, I need a children. Jean and Nathan picked these colours themselves. I had great fun making these. But if you take one hand, it's really easier for you there. So 3 minutes, let's just go like that. Thank you. Jean and Nathan ask protections for the ones that they love. They honour all creation as they pledge their hearts and their lives together. They honour the earth and ask their joining together be abundant and grow stronger through the seasons. They honour the air as they sail through life safe and calm in the arms of the universe. They honour fire as they ask their union to be warm and glowing with love in their hearts. They honour water to clean and soothe their relationship, that it may never thirst for love. With all the forces of the universe, may they find harmony and true happiness as they grow together forever young. Can you now please say your vows to each other?
Me, you're the love of my life, and you're my favorite person in the whole world. You're the inspiration that I always saw. I promise to love you with my entire heart and soul, and to cherish you as we walk through life together, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, heart to heart.
Nathan, you're my most favorite human. I love to laugh with you. I love to go on adventure with you. I am so proud of you and will always be your number one backer. And I will always support you even when life tough moments comes along. I can't wait to grow old with you. Know that I will always find new ways to love you and new reason to be by your side every single day.
So, Nathan, I'd like you to hold this quote Jan and Nathan, these are the hands of your best friend, full of love for you, holding yours on your hand fasting day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as you build your future together. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it, and will comfort you when grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe tears of joy, tears of sorrow from your eyes. And these are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through all the years. And even when wrinkled and aged, they will still be reaching for yours, giving you the same unspoken tenderness. You will learn that your hands go. They have now tied the knot. May the vows you have spoken never grow bitter in your mouths. Hold tight to one another through the good times and the bad times, and watch as your strength grows together. In the joining of the hands and the fashion of a knot, so your lives are now bound as one. This cord represents your bond. It's strong enough to hold you during times of struggle, yet flexible enough to allow for individuality and for personal growth and strength. May you enjoy a lifetime of love and peace and happiness and prosperity. My wish for you too. May your mornings bring you joy and your evenings bring you peace. May your troubles grow few as your blessings increase. May the saddest day of your future be no worse than the happiest day of your past. May your hands be forever clasped in friendship and your hearts joined forever in love. Ladies and gentlemen, the gorgeous Shan and Nathan.
Thank you!
Okay.
So it's on time. Does that mean you're the guys with the horses?
I have a whole lot of thank yous, and then Emma's going to read a poem, and Emma's going to read a poem that she wrote about the boat bill, and Marnie is going to read a poem as well. Marnie? Okay, so first of all, I'll leave the whiskey down. Okay, so thank you very much to Jan and Nathan for doing this. Well, you know,
Thank you to you.
And thanks for Kathy as well for being the celebrant, for doing the ceremony. Thanks. I don't know if any tool library people are here, but Neil, thanks Neil. Thank you Neil. Thanks Neil. Thanks for using the vault and the tool library and creating loads and loads of dust for months and months. Okay, so can't read my own writing.
Family.
Okay, thanks for my family, Keelan and Molly and everybody else for putting up with my absence over the past few months. So it's been 65 days of working, really long working days. Ali has been there the vast majority of those days, and absolutely, like, at times when I was melting down and falling apart, she was there to just go, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. How hard can it be? Okay, so a lot of those days were like 12, 14 hours. It was absolutely exhausting. I think there were a few moments where, a lot of moments where I thought, oh my god, I'm bitten off way more than I can chew. This is a totally different process from a Curragh, far harder. Yeah, I knew that, but I don't think I appreciated quite how hard it is. We had 68 build crew, I think maybe 69 as of yesterday then. And then a whole lot of other people. I think there must have been 40 people there yesterday helping to take the boat out from the vault, out through the doors. The volunteers, most had no previous boat building experience or woodworking experience really, so hopefully everybody learned a wee bit and got a little bit more interested in this. I definitely learned a massive amount. It's a huge roller coaster learning curve. Some bits were extremely difficult, didn't think I was ever going to get to the top. Some went really well. I think the main thing that went well this time was people involved. Nobody fell out. Wow. No waterworks. Even the project overall is called Waterworks. There were no waterworks. Everything was just really brilliant. Okay, so I won't go into that. Yes, okay, so it's a Belfast 2024 project, which is a big, massive programme going on all year in Belfast. There's absolutely loads happening this month. We'll make sure and go to the other things too. It's all sort of a celebration of creativity in Belfast for 2024, and hopefully people realise how creative Belfast is, and are encouraged to be more creative, value the arts, and pay artists better, and all that sort of thing. Thank you so much to Jane for the where to everybody from PS Squared for all of the work behind the scenes. So there were 68 people on the event, maybe 69, and then a lot more people sort of doing admin and funding applications and all that sort of thing as well. Susan, thanks to Susan for music and for coordinating things, and to Catherine as well, who's coordinating the choreography on the water. That's coming up. And Ali Fell, who's way on the other side of the river, for pulling everything together today. Volunteer Library funders, Heritage Literary Fund and Maritime Belfast were the funders under Belfast 2024 for this project. To the Lag and Curragh crew for all the help. over the and also to the Skiff people. So it's 10 years since all the skiffs around County Down were built. 10 years this year. So it's lovely that we're joining that fray, that mix of mad ones this year. Especially thanks to Stephen Armstrong and Robert Graham and Elizabeth Donnan and Stefano and Dougie for just helping out over the phone and text and whatnot over the past few months. It's Skiffy Fest next week, so we're hopefully competing. I'm going to win all the cups now. And we might steal Dimna from Dundrum as well. And then Skiffy Worlds is next year, 2025 in Stranraer, so we maybe roll over. Just like, I barely knew Ali at the beginning of this, and I think she's one of my best friends now. Absolutely amazing getting to know you through this year. We won't get hand-fasted, but do you want to say some words?
Yeah, well, I suppose my motto has been for a long time, how hard can it be? Sometimes really, really, really hard, but that doesn't mean it's not worth doing, and it's always worth doing with great people, and you are truly a force of nature.
No waterworks. Emma, time for fun.
So it's called ealu, and lucky for you guys it's quite short. Ealu, beauty in Belfast, as incidental as wildflowers, is bound to be admired by someone. On a day of mizzle, many things catch no light and make us damp as sheepdogs, trailing up the Shankhill to where a Scottish rowboat is being built in vault in the old mission hall, and to where, gesturing at plans tacked to a wall, Neve says its name, ealu, means escape or elope.
Okay, so now we're going to the last thing is to blast the boat. Hey! Tony and Sam, and then bless the crew. No cup, sorry. And then all of the build crew as well. And then if we all gather around the curve, we're going to walk it down into the water by hand. We had a lovely day today, with probably 100 people or so at the launch, and everything went very well on dry land anyway. A wee bit of a mix-up with the oars, a bit of a rough start getting floating, but it all went well in the end. Just this morning, we literally just finished this morning. We were just taking the last clamps off this morning, and it's all happened very quickly.
What next one? There'll be no more boats. That's it. We're done.
Maeve?
No more boats.
No more boats. Okay. Right.
My name is Niamh Scullion, and I am one of the founder members of Lagan Curls, which is a boat building and rowing charity. It was set up in 2015, and then we got a grant in 2016 to start building a big car in 2017, and launched it the year after in January, and we've built 3 boats since then. Three boats in total. The big boat Mammoth Moor and Vanilla and Joe, which are both racing cars. And so about 10 years ago, groups all around County Down started building skiffs, and so they're all very active and they sort of row all year round, and each of the villages in County Down along the coast has a skiff, and we wanted to join in some of that fun. So we got funding from Belfast City Council for the culture programme, 2024 Year of Culture. So 10 years after the Skiff groups around County Down built their skiffs, we're building one too. And so these are the plans for the skiff. It's going to be 22 feet long.
So my name's Ali. I'm one of the Lagan Curl rowers. I row most weeks when it's going out through the year. Got involved with the first build of Joe last year, and now part of this skiff build from the beginning.
And 9 by. Okay, so these are to be 500.
Yeah.
Now, and then you know how to use this here, right?
Yeah.
So so just cut a wee tiny bit off because.
Have you got pencils? We're very close. Although it'll take shavings off that thingy, so it's gonna.
It doesn't actually say that in the model there, does it?
Oh yes.
Secure two pieces using some scrap plywood squeezed through from both sides.
Okay.
Make sure the joining plywood is clear of the fair location, so that is. Is it stuck on this? It's stuck on this. Yeah, just take that. We used a laser level. Once we got this frame made, lifted it up and attached on the legs, clamped the legs, and then used the laser level to sort of place the legs according to where the dips were in the floor, so that the whole thing lies completely flat, even though the floor is ever so slightly off. And then we clamped it, we spray painted around the legs, and then clamped, screwed brackets so that the legs don't move during the build. And then we put these things together. So these are the moulds, and they all have to be covered in packing tape so that the boat doesn't stick to them when the hull planks are put on. So you put these, attach these together, and then put the little support piece in, because they come in 2 bits, and then just screw them together. Attach them onto a piece of timber, and then screw them onto the frame at the exact right distances apart. So we had to do that, go back and forth a few times. And these things here show you the exact distances to put these at. And all of these here moulds are numbered, and these are numbered as well. So 4, 5, 6. And then we used the laser again to make sure it was completely straight, and then you put the string through as well to make sure it doesn't fall out of shape while you're bending. And then once we had the moulds and all together, we put the frames. Well, they're sometimes called the frames, sometimes called the ribs. So these are in 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. So this bit is all one continuous piece. These bits on the inside are 2 pieces, and then there's little small pieces at the end, which the gunnels will go here once the hull is on. So they're all epoxied together on this here to make sure that they're exactly the right shape and no gaps. And this all has to be completely covered in packing tape as well, otherwise that'll stick to the mould. So these are part of the boat, but this isn't. So then we had a long time to wait on wood coming from England, thanks Brexit. Apparently it's harder to get things delivered over here than to Honolulu. So we got some really nice larch from Abbey Timber in England, and then we were able to build the stem pieces. So this is the stem here, and so this is the outer stem, and that fits on here. And then we built those on a jig, which takes a long time to build. So the jig, you use this here, you use these moulds, I suppose, and then put little blocks of wood on a curve all the way along a flat piece of plywood or MDF, and then each of these pieces of larch, these are all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of larch, all covered front and back with epoxy, and then add filler and bent around the jig very quickly because it all dries in about half an hour. So then you clamp it around, bend it around and then clamp it, and then leave it for a few days. So that's the pattern, and so the end product will be a skiff. It's going to be 22 feet long and 5 feet wide, and there'll be 4 rowers, and the seats go at all of these ribs. So the seats, according to the regulations, the seats have to touch the ribs, but you can put them anywhere as long as they're touching. Most people spread them out as far as they can go. So there's 4 ribs, so that's 4 seats where the rowers will sit, and then there'll be a seat at the stern end for the cocks, who will hopefully be me for a lot of the time because there's not much work involved other than just steering. So the cock steers the boat, so we have to make a rudder as well later on. And then this is the boat number, which is these are all made by Jordan Boats. These kits. So the kit is this, the mould and the stem girders and the planks. That's all part of the kit. But there's loads of stuff that you have to get yourself. But this is the number means there's so we're number 283 kit that they've made. I think there's about 450 skiffs worldwide, and a lot of them come together every 4 years for Skiffy Fest. No, not Skiffy Fest, for Skiffy Worlds, which is like the international skiff rowing competition. And actually the world champions are in Dundrum. Once the stem goes on here and gets cut off and the hog is put on it, then you have to saw it out. You have to mark a fair curve, following the curve of this, mark it down with saw lines all the way down here, and then chisel and plane this so it meets in a fair curve, and then once you get to that point, then you have to start shaping it for the plank. So the plank comes here, you have to put these strike lines onto the stem, and then so you bring this forward, and that will sit around about in there, and this is the bottom strike line, this is the top, so the next plank will sit here, but you have to make geralds, which is like a wee step down and then a planed line, a scarf sort of, so that sits flush. Okay, so then this here just have been sort of a square piece of wood, and that's being planed down all the time now to fit this, and you just have to kind of keep putting it on, seeing where it's meeting, and taking a wee bit more wood off to help it to lie as close as possible. Rounding this off to a nice curve now. This was a straight piece of wood, obviously, and we had to plane this one to fit the piece on top, and then you just plane it off. I did most of it with an electric planer, and then the last bit has to be hand planed. We had to coat the whole thing in epoxy, and so you sand it first, give it a light sand, and then fit it up front, which is kind of a complicated angle because it's bending 2 ways. And then that's the same for all of these here. They had to be, so they bend inwards and downwards. So getting the angle right is very tricky. Stage of painting the boat. We're only 2 days away from launch, so it's all a bit well, we're close to being finished, but there's a lot of final details left. So we decided to go for very, very bright sort of holiday colours, so that you feel like you're kind of somewhere else, maybe on holiday when you're in the boat. The boat's name is ealu, which means to escape or to elope. And the boat is being launched on Lunasa, which is the traditional hand fasting day when couples would have put their hands through a hole in a door, apparently, and maybe got them bound up with braided wheat. And then that was like a trial marriage, and if it lasted a year and a day, then they did finally get married. So we have two, Lagan has two members, Jan and Nathan, who are getting married in April anyway, so we thought we'd add that wee bit on to lunch. It takes pressure off making speeches too.
We had a lovely day today. We had probably 100 people or so at the launch, and everything went very well on dry land anyway. A wee bit of a mix up with the oars, a bit of a rough start getting floating, but it all went well in the end. So, I mean, just this morning, we literally just finished this morning. We were just taking the last clamps off this morning, and it's all happened very quickly.
Tim, you're involved in building the next one.
What next one? There'll be no more boats. That's it. We're done.
Maeve?
No more boats.
No more boats. Okay.